Welcome to Prime Space, a Prime Coaching Academy podcast with your host, Elias Scultori. Some of you may already know that I am a huge Star Trek fan. I am a Trekkie. I haven't been to any of the Star Trek conventions, but I proudly say that I have watched every single episode of every single TV series, sometimes multiple times. Haven't gotten into the latest animated series, but all the regular series I have watched all the episodes, all the feature films, and I think that there is so many interesting things about the whole franchise that I appreciate. That's why it keeps me watching here. And one day I can tell you a little bit more about it. But today I want to emphasize this character. There is this character on Star Trek: The Next Generation called Data. And Data is an android, a highly sophisticated android. He doesn't consider himself a robot. An android, and he is so sophisticated that he interacts with the other members of the crew just like any other individual. In fact, there is even an episode of Star Trek where there is a discussion between is Data a piece of property or is Data an individual? And the conclusion of that episode is that Data is an individual, is a sentient being, and therefore has its own individuality. I'm sharing with you all of this because, of course, I want to talk about AI, artificial intelligence. AI has really taken the world by storm, and the coaching world as well. And I have been in the industry long enough to see these waves of innovation and new tools and these fads that come in and out in coaching, assessments and team coaching and Lego workshops and the next shiny object, right? And they are all wonderful. I love all of them, and I'm super curious about them because all of these new toys that we create, they usually generate new insights. And we are able to learn, and we are able to grow, and we are able to utilize that particular tool with our clients in a different way, bring a different perspective. So that's always wonderful. But it's interesting to see how they come in, and everybody's so excited, and little by little they fade out. I don't think that AI is a fad. I think that AI is here to stay. But I have been in this world long enough to, not only in coaching, but in life in general, to see these innovations coming throughout human history. I wasn't there, but the agricultural revolution, the invention of the press, the steam machine, the industrial revolution. We put a man on the moon. We created the atomic bomb, and with the atomic bomb, we realized that for the first time, we as human beings could literally destroy the world. In the year 2000, there was the Y2K virus, where everybody was concerned that every computer was going to collapse, and supply chain was going to be affected, and food distribution and transportation and everything. And the year 2000 came and nothing happened. Now we have AI. AI today has caused this buzz. There is both an excitement and a concern. And I approach AI from the lens of excitement. Based on all the experiences that we've had so far with all of these previous inventions, I trust that we are going to be able to manage AI in a sensible and productive way and be able to incorporate the best of this tool into our way of life. Just like in the agricultural revolution and the industrial revolution, life changed, the day-to-day life changed. AI may change the way we are going to go about our lives, but I trust that we are going to be able to incorporate it in a productive manner for the sake of humanity at large. At least that's my hope. And of course, I understand the concern. The concern is legitimate. We need to be mindful. At the same time, we need to understand that it's new, and new is scary. But the more we familiarize ourselves, the easier it is for us to understand, to absorb, and to appreciate it. And I am excited specifically about AI and the influence of AI in coaching specifically. I love a new toy. And I love, just like I said before, this idea of what is the new perspective that this is going to bring to us. How are we going to utilize this particular tool? So I'm excited to see what AI brings to us and the evolution of AI, especially AI in coaching. But I want us to remember one thing as we experiment with this new toy. Coaching is a human-to-human experience. And this is why I get sometimes concerned when I hear conversations about AI in the coaching world. I'm listening to the conversation and I'm like, are we really talking about coaching? Because performance enhancement, solution-based, fixing a problem, these are superficial transactions that it's not at the core of coaching. And to tell you the truth, like for these things, performance enhancement, solution-based, fixing a problem, finding an answer, I don't need AI. Like right now, I say this, just Google it, right? My clients do not need me for my knowledge and for my experience in such and such, or for my insights, or for my clever questions about that, right? The moment of coaching is the moment of human connection. The transformative aspect of coaching is when the client feels acknowledged, but not simply acknowledged by because I created a statement. The client feels acknowledged by another human being. The client feels supported by another human being. The client feels seen by another human being. Coaching is a partnership between two human beings, and it is in that feeling of support from another fellow human being that there is the space for the client to create the transformation that they are seeking for themselves. If you're coaching long enough, you know that sometimes the best thing to do is not to ask a question. What is transformative to the client is that pause. I'm here for you. And the client then is able to continue their process. AI is not able to create that yet. And I say yet because I don't doubt technology. I don't know, maybe tomorrow. What happens when we say that technology can't do this? All of a sudden, technology is able to do this. But even if technology is able to simulate that, to imitate that, pay attention to the words that I'm using: simulate, imitate. The human connection, human-to-human connection in coaching is about authenticity, not imitation. And AI, even if AI is able to simulate all of this, it's not going to be the authentic connection that a human being can give to another human being. But I'm going to go even before AI. Let's say right now we have over 50,000 members of the ICF. There are many other coaches outside of the ICF environment. So there are thousands of coaches there, perhaps hundreds of thousands of coaches over there. And but none of these other coaches can simulate what you can provide to your client, because you are unique. even if AI is able to simulate you, clone you from top to bottom, all of your thoughts, emotions, and everything, even if AI gets to that point of simulating that, it's a copy. It's not you. And coaching is a human-to-human experience based on the authentic connection between human to human. Coaching is not about checking the bars. Coaching is not simply a demonstration of skills. And perhaps AI is going to be able to do that. Right? Coaching is about that human connection, that moment when we authentically support our client in the process that they are going through. I say this because wherever you are in your coaching journey, whether if you have 100 years of experience in coaching, you are an MCC, a PCC, or ACC, or you're just starting, what you bring, there is no substitute, no machine, no other person can substitute that. And I hope that you get grounded in that humanity of yours. And when you go to connect with your client, connect at that level. Because it is right there, together with all of the skills that you develop, that you're going to be able to provide that space for transformation in your client. I want to bring back, as I close the conversation here, I want to bring back my friend Data from Star Trek. If you know the series and if you know the storyline of that particular character, even with all the intellectual and physical prowess that he had, all that he really wanted was to become human. This is something that you already have right now. And this is your primary tool for you to connect with your client today. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for joining the conversation. I would love to hear from you and your thoughts on this episode. Don't forget to subscribe, to share, and I will not see you for a couple of weeks. I'm going to take a short break, but I will be back with another episode in September, and I look forward to continue our conversation. Take care, everybody.